I'm Bastian Steenbergen. I grew up in Kelowna, BC, and I'm currently living in Coldstream, BC. Pretty much since they started building a bike park, we've been kind of somewhat involved. And here at Big White, they actually listen to what we have to say, and they'll always really consider what we're saying and try their best to incorporate that into whatever they're building. And yeah, I think that's super key. We are at the top of Big White, about to drop into a new trail called Black Slopestyle. And it looks pretty sick. It's been so cool, like, actually being able to be home this year, and we're so spoiled. It's insane. Like, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Yeah, the terrain here is wild. Like, at the top of the mountain, there's a lot of rock, and it's pretty open. And then the lower down you get, it becomes better dirt, and there's some really cool flowy trails. It's really cool to have that variety all within one mountain. Growing up racing BMX, it just kind of gives you a different vision on how to ride a trail. You always try to look for the lines that you can carry most speed out of. And so if you can kind of figure out how to change that with just how like natural and kind of raw some of the terrain is, as a rider that's always trying to improve, it's really good to have that kind of stuff. Usually when I'm riding in a bike park, I'm riding more like flowy stuff. And I feel like here there's a good mixture between tech and flow, like some technical stuff within the flowy trails. So it's pretty much exactly what I like to ride. And it's fun, but it's still pushing me to ride good and ride fast as well. This place really doesn't feel like any other bike park that I've been to. Yeah, it's cool to kind of see what it's becoming and how much better of a bike park it's becoming too. It's really fun to come here and ride.
I'm Tom Van Steenbergen. I'm from Kelowna, BC, and currently living in Vernon. Basically, my first riding experience here was doing video projects, and they would just build us trails to shoot our videos and to promote the bike park. Just at the top of the Joker, Bass, my brother, designed it. And it's the funnest trail ever.
Okay, well, here we go.
Yeah, riding up here, it's not that far from Vernon, and the riding just makes it worth it. Like, you just have a blast, you get a ton of riding in, and you're also building skill. It's so easy to just get like 20 laps in a day. always wanted to host a slopestyle event. After all those projects that we had done at Big White, I figured I would just ask them if they were down to do this, and instantly said yes, and then we scouted this location. The goal was pretty much to have the big course and then the smaller course right next to each other so that the up-and-coming riders could ride with their heroes. They're riding the same practice sessions with the pros, which is super cool. The bronze course is more of like, it's really fun, flowy, and a little smaller than the gold course, obviously. I think it's really important to have something like this to kind of help kids get stoked, and it's been a crazy time, and even now it's like they're still in full support of the event, which is awesome.
My name's Braden Barrett-Hay. I'm from, should I say like the town exactly, or should I say like Toronto? Because no one's gonna know the town. My name's Braden Barrett-Hay. I grew up in a town called Uxbridge in Ontario, and I now live in Vernon, BC. So this year, like being away from traveling and not really able to compete in slopestyle because most of our contests are obviously not happening, it's given me a chance to ride my trail bike and my downhill bike more. Actually kind of made me realize that the route I was going with just like contest after contest probably wasn't really gonna help me that much. Being able to come up to a place like Big White where like we've got the slope center, the mountain, there's just so many spots here where I can be progressing and pushing my ability. You feel like you're pushing yourself each session just for yourself. You're only thinking about like trying to feel content with what you did. It's really unique of Big White to have a setup like this open to the public. There's like really nothing like that right now for kids who are trying to get into slopestyle or kids who are just like trying to get into freeride mountain biking at all. This is like the first spot they think of as like where they can go practice slopestyle, which is really sick to see like that Big White has done that. Yeah, in my opinion, the idea of putting mulch on a jump kind of sounds weird to someone who doesn't understand riding, but it's actually so good and such a great way to be like practicing your tricks and feel that you're like a little bit safer than on hard packed dirt. Because yeah, I think it's a great way to keep the jump feeling pretty real, but just being a little bit safer. You're like a lot less likely to get seriously injured. And so yeah, like having slope features you can practice on, especially to mulch, is so awesome for the sport. Like kids are gonna get more and more into it. It just makes it so it's gonna be so much easier for them to become so confident with everything they're doing. So awesome, the kids who've been coming out and how they're riding. The future definitely looks bright for slopestyle, and I would say that this place is a big part of that.
My name is Vaya Verbeek. I am from Quebec, but I live in Coldstream, BC. Pretty early on into the year, we were kind of forced to stay local, which actually has been a nice breeze of fresh air. And this local team here in BC put together a series. Each week consisted of racing 4 different mountain bike disciplines. So we had practice and racing every single day. Pretty stoked to grab 7 out of the 12 race wins. But now that racing is done, it's just nice to maybe open up the creative door a little bit more and just play. It's just really nice.
All the angles here are good bangers.
Going into racing, we'd come up here and just ride all the chunky, tundra-y DH tracks, and that's really good preparation for us. But alternatively, it's also really cool to just come and just enjoy the rest of the bike park for what I find best built for. Just sweet berms, steep stuff that you can just push and flow through. And that's kind of where I guess lately I've been loving just being creative and just playing with the trail rather than just trying to go as fast as I can. I like to go fast, I like to stay low, and I think that this motion of staying low and really working the layout of a trail, I find that to be really interesting and entertaining to watch. This terrain, I think, just offers you all the possibilities that you want to do, whether you just want to go straight down and go as fast as you can or play as much as you want. I think the options are there and it's just up to you to make it happen. I love being up here at Big White. It's beautiful. From anywhere you look, really, as soon as you park at the bottom, there's really nice viewpoints, and it really feels like a nice getaway because it is so different, yet it's so close to home. It's quite the gem that we have in our backyard.